Joining us today for Primetime Local News is Rick Block with Canadian Food Grain Bank. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. And we're speaking on Grow Hope Saskatchewan, providing emergency food assistance around the world. What exactly is this initiative?
Yeah, thanks, Shelby, for the opportunity to share a little bit more about Grow Hope. Grow Hope Saskatchewan is a really exciting initiative whereby you have various farm families around the province that are all contributing acres, collaborating with a number of the relief and development agencies that are part of the Canadian Food Grains Bank. And then the invitation for individuals and businesses, people that are part of, schools or church groups to join in on essentially raising dollars for the work of the Canadian Food Grains Bank, which is to help alleviate hunger internationally. And that is a growing and concerning situation. And maybe we'll speak more about it in just a bit.
Now, how long has Grow Hope Saskatchewan been doing this for?
Its first year was launched in 2018. At that time, we had 160 acres that were offered by two farmers, kind of both in the Rostron area. And since then, it has continued to grow each and every year. So this year in 2022, we have 300 acres available, and that's amongst 5 farm families. So it's up at Good Soil, down at Main Center, just north of Saskatoon at Laird, at Bruno, east of Saskatoon, and then also in Yorkton.
I know you brought it up a little bit already earlier on, but yes, let's expand on this. In what ways does this initiative help farmers and the ag industry?
Yeah, well, this is a project that really, I guess, connects kind of with in some ways, I'd say the culture of agriculture, in the spirit of saying, hey, let's work together to really help others that are in a much less fortunate situation than we find ourselves. And that's not to discount, there's lots of challenges that are going on here. But, and many farmers really identify too this sense of responsibility. They are growing food, they are operating a business, they are growing food for many people around the world. Obviously, they need to kind of care for their own, livelihood and families, but this is a project that's really led by the generosity of farmers who wish to contribute a certain number of acres of production. And then there's numerous businesses, individuals. Essentially, the invitation is that businesses, individuals could essentially sponsor acres, which is really providing the dollars to help offset the input costs for the production of those acres. So that's at $350 this year. And then this all comes together. Obviously, all of the proceeds that come off of those 300 acres will be going into this project, which funnels its funds into the Canadian Food Grains Bank for its international work.
And with how long this has been going on for, like you were saying, in 2018 it first started, for people wanting to help support this, how can they sponsor it and find more information about this?
Yeah, probably the best portal is, so Grow Hope Saskatchewan has its own website, and that is just found at www.growhopesk.ca. And there you'll find profiles of the farmers that are involved, lots of resources connecting to really the international situation. Why would we feel, a rationale or a burden to help look after others that are in other parts of the world suffering from, displacement and hunger. And then also you'll find exactly the portals in terms of donating, and a person can donate. I mean, we regard, the level of donation is essentially at we like to kind of package it in an acre perspective just because it's a farming project, but people can really donate at whatever level they want. So you could choose to donate, equivalent of half an acre or 1 acre or many acres for that matter too.
And lastly, I just want to ask, personally to you, why do you find that it's so important to have this project in the ag industry and for farmers out there in the communities?
I like to use the idea of it being a story, and the main plot is helping to alleviate hunger internationally. But the subplot is actually very important here too, and it is about intentionally finding ways to connect urban and rural folks here in Saskatchewan. And those are two demographics that I think we probably all identify can benefit from, rubbing shoulders in friendly ways, frankly. And one of the key features that we have with Grow Hope is a kind of a signature field day And in 2018 and 19, we had really great field days. Obviously, the last 2 years, they were more informal, smaller gatherings in the field just in relation to COVID. But we're really looking forward to having a great field day this year in early August, most likely in Bruno, in the Bruno area. And again, that is a really important time of connecting sponsors and the general public, you know, and lots of folks from urban environment to farmers and to learn more about farming in very friendly and, you know, non-confrontational ways. And that's, yeah, people have always given really good feedback about those field days.
Perfect, Rick. Well, I'm glad we were able to speak on this and knowing that there is this project out there for people in the communities that need it. So once again, thank you so much for joining us today.
Great. Thanks so much, Shelby.